Welcome to our kitchen. Today we're diving into the versatile world of butternut squash. This ain't no ordinary ingredient. Packed with flavor, we're going to turn you into a butternut squash master. Whether you're a seasoned chef or a home cook, these methods will elevate your culinary game. We're talking roasted, pureed, stuffed, you name it. So grab your aprons, sharpen your knives, and let's get this butternut squash party started. First up, we're roasting this beauty. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Cut the squash in half lengthwise and scoop out the seeds. Cube the squash into even pieces. Toss with olive oil, salt, pepper, and herbs like rosemary and thyme. Spread the cubes on a baking sheet. Roast for 25-30 minutes until tender and slightly browned. Perfectly roasted butternut squash. Use it as a side dish in salads or pureed for soups. Endless possibilities. Next, a velvety smooth soup to warm your soul. Dice one onion and mince a few garlic cloves. Sweat them in a pot with olive oil until soft. Add diced butternut squash and vegetable broth. Simmer until the squash is tender. Blend until smooth and creamy. Season with salt, pepper, and a touch of nutmeg. A bowl of sunshine on a cold day. For a show-stopping centerpiece, we're stuffing these bad boys. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Cut the squash in half and scoop out the seeds. Drizzle with olive oil, season with salt and pepper. Use cooked quinoa or rice as a base. Add sautéed vegetables and some cheese. Spoon the filling into the squash halves. Bake for 45-60 minutes until tender. Garnish with fresh herbs and serve. Risotto might seem intimidating, but it's easier than you think. Sauté diced onions in butter, then add arborio rice. Deglaze with white wine. Gradually add warm broth, stirring constantly. Roast or puree some butternut squash. Stir in the squash and Parmesan cheese. Season with salt, pepper, and nutmeg. Serve immediately. Bellissimo! Forget jarred pasta sauces. This homemade butternut squash sauce is a game changer. Roast butternut squash until tender. Blend the squash with heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, and garlic. Warm the sauce in a saucepan. Season with salt, pepper, and nutmeg. Toss with your favorite pasta. Top with more Parmesan and fresh herbs. Craving fries but trying to eat healthy? Butternut squash fries are the answer. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Cut the squash into thin sticks. Toss with olive oil, salt, pepper, and spices. Spread on a baking sheet. Bake for 20-25 minutes, flipping halfway. Serve with your favorite dipping sauce. Move over mashed potatoes. There's a new sheriff in town. Peel and cube the squash, then boil until tender. Drain and return to the pot. Add butter, milk, or cream and season with salt, pepper, and nutmeg. Mash until smooth and creamy. Stir in Parmesan or goat cheese for extra indulgence. This butternut squash mash might just overshadow the main course. Salads don't have to be boring. This butternut squash salad is anything but. Roast cube squash until tender. Prepare salad ingredients: baby spinach or kale, toasted nuts, goat cheese, and dried fruit. Add the roasted squash to the salad. Whisk together a simple vinaigrette. Toss everything together. Enjoy this explosion of flavors and textures. Spice up your life with this butternut squash curry. Heat coconut oil in a pot. Add diced onions and cook until softened. Add curry paste and cook until fragrant. Add cubed squash, coconut milk, and broth. Simmer until the squash is tender. Stir in cooked chickpeas or lentils. Serve over rice with yogurt or cilantro. Turning this versatile squash into a sweet treat. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Combine pureed squash with sugar, oil, eggs, and vanilla. Whisk together flour, baking soda, salt, and spices. Mix dry ingredients with wet ingredients. Pour into a loaf pan and bake for 50-60 minutes. Let cool before slicing. Delicious on its own or toasted with butter. And there you have it. 10 incredible ways to cook butternut squash. From savory roasts to sweet treats, this versatile ingredient can do it all. Now it's your turn to get creative in the kitchen. Try out these recipes and let us know your favorite. Remember, cooking should be fun and enjoyable. Happy cooking!